Before I spent any money on HK Ultra, I wanted to actually understand what I was buying. So I did the digging, and that's what this is. Welcome to CritiqLab. No sponsored takes, no padding. Just what I found. Here's the thing about attracting women and building real dating confidence. There's no shortage of options. What there's a shortage of is options that actually do what they say. If you've been dealing with symptoms and feel like you tried the obvious stuff already, that's exactly the situation HK Ultra is trying to solve. What I found interesting about HK Ultra is that it doesn't just most advice is a pile of contradictory dating tips, awkward one-liners, and confusing rules that don't add up to anything you can actually use. It actually rewires your standards, your presence, and your communication so that women naturally feel more comfortable, safe, and drawn to you. Most men's dating and attraction training products stop at most advice is a pile of contradictory dating tips, awkward one-liners, and confusing rules that don't add up to anything you can actually use, which is why you get short-term results at best. This one takes a different angle, a structured step-by-step roadmap. How to present yourself, how to communicate with women, and how to shift your vibe so the right results happen automatically. Whether that holds up in practice is what I was testing. 3 things stood out when I broke this down. First, it starts with your internal standards and how you carry yourself, not tricks. Most people gloss over this, but it's actually the part that makes it rewires your standards, your presence, and your communication so that women naturally feel more comfortable, safe, and drawn to you possible. Second, authentic communication that builds comfort and trust instead of trying to game anyone, which I hadn't seen in this combination before. And third, the 90-day money-back guarantee. On its own, it's minor. Combined with the rest, it adds up. Based on what I've seen and what others are reporting, a clearer read on what actually triggers attraction, more confidence, and a calmer, more relaxed presence around women. I'll be straight, this isn't a shortcut. It's more like a system that works if you work it. Using it is straightforward. Work through the lessons at your own pace and do the exercises. It fits into your evenings or weekends without friction, without much thought. The only caveat, don't judge it before a few weeks of consistent practice. That's not a sales line. It's just how this category of product works. The compounding happens later. One thing I checked for was the refund policy, because how a company backs their product tells you something. They offer a 90-day money-back guarantee. That's not nothing. It means if it doesn't deliver for you, you're not just out the money. For something in this price range, that matters. If the problem I described sounds familiar and the approach makes sense to you, the official link is in the description. I link direct, not through resellers or third-party pages. It's a digital program, so access lands in your email within about 30 seconds of ordering. Read through it yourself, compare it to what you've already tried, and make the call. That's the full breakdown on HK Ultra. I've laid out what I found. The rest is your call.